What's up guys, it's Dirty Dan here, and today I'm going to be talking about Phasmophobia's August update, new in-progress updates for the future, and new item cosmetics that will be coming soon to Phasmophobia. I do also have another video talking about some new Phasmophobia updates, which is linked in the top right, so if you are interested, go check it out. If anything, it's more than informative. But before we get started, make sure to like the video as well as subscribe. It's free, and you can always unsubscribe. Now, let's talk about the upcoming August update, which is expected to be out this month. Based off of the knowledge I've obtained, the developers talk about and list what's to be expected in the August update that's coming soon, which regards of 1 new evidence type, equipment adjustments, sprinting adjustments, replaced equipment models, and visual adjustments. This is most of what to be expected from the new update, but honestly, I am really happy with the sprinting adjustments. It was more than needed, as well as visual adjustments was needed, due to most maps that I've noticed so far, when using a flashlight, the surrounding areas seem almost like a thick mist when playing the regular game. I'm also curious as to what could be the new evidence type. If you have any ideas of what it could be, drop it down in the comments. Now, onto some of the in-progress updates coming later in the year to Phasmophobia. Now, granted for what's to come to Phasmophobia, there is a lot to look forward to, as for what's to be expected in the future. If anything, these updates are going to be major and change the game of Phasmophobia as a whole. And since there's a lot to talk about, I will be sectioning them all so that you get to see everything that's coming soon to Phasmophobia. But for what's to be expected so far, here's what's listed by the developers for what's in progress right now. First, we'll talk about the objectives rework, which lists optional objectives that will be reworked to be more interesting with varying rewards. The leveling rework. Leveling will be completely reworked with additional XP needed to reach higher levels. Once at the level cap, you will have the option to reset your rank in favor of gaining a visual addition to your account, which in parentheses says, not decided as of yet, and old save file conversion will be removed, listed as the last thing on leveling rework. The equipment rework, which lists, all equipment will have new visuals. Most of the equipment is being rebalanced. Most equipment will be upgradable, adding new gameplay features and visuals. Upgrades will only cost money to unlock. Each level of equipment will cost the same. This means you can still use level 1 camera if you prefer the challenge or visuals. Some equipment will become consumable, similar to sanity pills. Upgrades increase uses so you have to buy them less. One equipment item has been reworked and will be used as a new evidence type. This also means reworking the current ghost type's evidence. One equipment item has been reworked and will now be used to find extra physical evidence for extra rewards. And that is it for the equipment rework. Now the money/rewards rework. No one should risk their life for $10. All money and rewards will be updated to accommodate for the new equipment reworks. Finding the ghost type will reward the most money as it takes the longest. More dangerous optional objectives will reward more money/XP. And that is it for the money/rewards rework. And last but not least, for the in progress tab is the difficulty rework, which states difficulties will be reworked and rebalanced to make them more engaging, as well as give experienced players something new and challenging to play. Additional modifiers may be added to further increase the challenge and rewards, and it says in brackets 0% starting sanity, which is part of the modifier. And that's it for the in progress tab for Phasmophobia. Now, for what's to be expected along the way, but hasn't been worked on yet, is stated by the developers in a file named Backlog, which is even more information on later updates that the developers have in mind, but haven't touched yet. For this, I'm going to do the same thing I just did and talk about it in sections. The first file in the backlog list is General Changes or Additions. It lists new accessibility options, colorblind in case people who want to play are colorblind, quick chat for ghost communication in order to talk with fellow players still even after you are dead, random weather chances on each map, which will affect the environment, increases uses for temperature, opening windows, heaters, and it says that it'll move the ghost. Long-term tracking player statistics, deaths, hunts, contracts, money in and out, and cursor customization, the size, the icon, the color, and the transparency. And that is it for the general changes or additions. Next is Horror 2.0, which sounds very cool, and it states new ghost events overhaul, hallucinations, new death rooms, sound overhaul / additions, and lastly, new death animations. This update in particular is going to reshape Phasmophobia as a whole, and I honestly cannot wait. But that is it for the Horror 2.0 update. Next on the list is New Content Drop, which talks about new ghost types, new evidence types, new equipment types, and new maps. All very important updates, which I guarantee everyone is looking forward to in the future. But that is it for the new content drop. And second to last on the list for Backlog is Core Systems Overhaul, which says new main menu room, new equipment layout for van, new journal design, which I talk about in my video, and UI overhaul. And that is it for the Core Systems Overhaul. Last but not least, for all you VR players out there, is the VR Overhaul, which states swap from OpenVR to OpenXR to allow support for new headsets and controllers. And that is it for the VR Overhaul, as well as the Backlog tab for what's coming down the line for Phasmophobia. Now, on to the last section for today, which talks about new items and item cosmetics. Number 1 on new cosmetic items coming to Phasmophobia is the motion sensor. As you can see, the motion sensor has got a nice carbon fiber-esque camo, as well as a little port in the bottom, possibly for the battery, a hidden camera in the middle, and small white lights at the top of it in order to light the way for your sensor. With this motion sensor, you'll be capturing your ghosts while having a motion sensor that looks like you bought it from the Covert Ops, a really exquisite item. Number 2 on new cosmetic items coming to Phasmophobia is the Parasonic Camcorder. Now, the developers were nice enough to release a short clip via their Discord channel, which shows how this camcorder really works, which I'll be showing on screen now. Now, my thoughts on this are that why do you even need a flashlight when you've got this camcorder? And what does this mean for Phasmophobia? Is it a new way to find the ghost? Can you identify a ghost with this? And can it see ghost orbs? All questions for this new item, which looks very cool and very professional to the ghost hunters community. Number 3 on new cosmetic items coming to Phasmophobia is the parabolic microphone. This item looks a lot cooler for its old retro look with its cool plastic ring surrounding the microphone, connected through a crisp red wire and a small screen that will probably indicate the strength and direction of the sounds the ghost makes in Phasmophobia. And that is it for the new cosmetic items for Phasmophobia. But before I end the video, I would like to talk about real quick a green lighting that is indicated inside one of the houses in Phasmophobia, as shown in the image. Is this a new aesthetic for the environment, or something for the ghost to mess around with to scare other hunters? But that is it for the new Phasmophobia updates. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like the video as well as subscribe. and comment down below on possible theories, thoughts, feedback, or questions you may have about the video. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.